Hello everybody, Jason here once again from Far East Wargaming, and today we're bringing you another one of our terrain and mat reviews. But we are also blessed to have a special guest with us today. We have Patricio from Scrapescapes KL, who is a fantastic terrain builder, designer, tinkerer, orc, weird boy, mech boy, whatever you want to call it. But just a very, very talented individual, and we're very happy to have you in presenting a little bit about yourself and your terrain today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure. Perhaps maybe you just want to give everyone a brief introduction, a little bit about yourself and Scrapescapes?
I can start with the whole hobby and terrain building. Started during the pandemic. You know, a lot of us had a lot of free time during those days. And I just started building random things to play with my son in the house. He was playing with his little Legos, and I was just building mountains and whatnot for him to play. Then the pandemic finished. During those days, I started learning a little bit more about Warhammer, 40K, etc. And when we were released into the wild after the confinement period, I got involved with the community, and then they introduced me to actual gaming, terrain building, and that's how I started.
Okay, excellent. And how long have you been gaming yourself, and what typically do you play?
I'm not that much of a gamer, but if I do play is skirmish games, mostly a kill team. I didn't want to get involved into 40K because I knew the rules were changing, and now that the new rules are out, maybe now's the time. I have the terrain, so I've been slowly building my own orc army. Yeah. So maybe that's going to be ready soon.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal army, by the way. If you get an opportunity to check it out on social media, I think you'd be very, very impressed. Well, why don't we talk a little bit about the terrain that we have today? Maybe if you can give us just a little bit of an idea of kind of what was the theme that you were going for. Perhaps if you have some examples maybe that you can show us.
Yeah, sure. So let me pick this up. So basically Tyranid. I watched the trailer recently for the new edition, and I thought it looked really good. The whole jungle Tyranid invasion infestation thing. So I decided to kind of emulate and see if I could do something like that. So I did, this.
It's phenomenal.
Many more pieces.
Also. Yeah, it's phenomenal. With the new box set for Leviathan, it's very, very thematic, very, very, I think it fits it perfectly. I think you've done a lot of different styles. You've done these kind of alien towers, but you also have some other styles that you've mixed into the table as well?
So yeah, it's not just the big towers. I also have some craters with some biomass in there, some pods that look also very disgusting. And yeah, quite a few pieces. Try to, make a full table for people to game.
Yeah. So as part of your hobby, you're also now doing a bit, I think, on the business side, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So the whole thing, it was very organic. I started doing it for myself, and then eventually, how it happens to a lot of us, you run out of space. So then at some point, my wife was, you need to get rid of all this stuff. And for me, it's I spend so much time, I can't just get rid of it. So she was like, why don't you just sell it? And that's how it started. And then I noticed that people actually liked it. You have that thing at first that, you're very critical of what you do. So I thought, no one's going to pay for this. And then suddenly people were like, no, why don't you, sell it? And then it became like a side gig kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's phenomenal. I mean, we use several of your sets ourselves. So we've commissioned you on some different ones. I think we've commissioned you on the orcs.
Yep.
The lava table that we've had on our bat rep. Yeah. And we're going to be bringing you more of this fantastic terrain on a lot more of our bat reps as well. And I'm really excited about that because I think the sky's the limit in terms of your talent.
Thank you.
Perhaps maybe you could just give just a brief overview of, what kind of materials are you using? How are you actually creating some of these fantastic structures?
So that is another thing that I always keep in mind. I try to do it in a way that is principles, that is something that is easy for me to do and easy because I also try to get engaged with the community for them to also try to build their own stuff. So it's simple things that look good, but they're also not expensive. So I always try to, hence the name Scrapescapes, because I use whatever is on the house, disposable materials, anything that is, affordable that anyone can build.
Excellent. Yeah, it's very fantastic looking, and I like the fact, I think you've taken a few printers from people and used those for various materials, and a lot of foam work and things like that.
Correct, yeah. Especially for my orc buildings, printers. Yeah, I just open them, remove all the parts. Lots of cogs, lots of plastic, good stuff in there.
Yeah, true mech boy. You have a very big presence right now on social media, correct?
I mean, it's growing. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, and which ones do you use?
Well, most of my stuff is in Instagram. That's how I started. Slowly, Facebook. I also created an account on Reddit to just like interact with other people who build terrains, the orc community, and well, YouTube now. So let's see.
Facebook as well, I think?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you get an opportunity, actually, and we'll share all the social media account information at the end of this, do check it out. You'll see a lot of different styles of terrain. You'll see your very creative orc stuff. Some of the vehicles and walkers and things I think are amazing. But definitely give it a check out. Definitely you're going to see more examples of it in the future in our videos. And we're really, really excited to be collaborating with you. So thank you so much for the time today.
Cool. No problem.
in addition to being able to play games on this great terrain, one of the other things that we're very excited about in the channel is we're going to be able to bring you more terrain-related content. We're going to be able to bring you not only the overviews of the terrain sets themselves, but a lot of the building and thinking process tutorials that go into it. So maybe you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, that is very exciting. We'll do my best to show you how I build these things, the materials that I use. Like I said, I always try to use very simple, accessible, and affordable material. So, and it's something like I want to share. Like I want to, interact with more people in the community. I feel like the terrain building community there's always someone doing that, but it's not very vocal. It's always like, the gaming community or the painting community.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who, really enjoy the terrain building. So, I would like to, be able to show that so people can learn, get back to us, comment on things, and we can, grow on this terrain building part of the hobby.
Yeah, please stay tuned for that because I think it's going to be really, really exciting that Patricio is sharing that information with us. We'll have it on a regular basis, and yes, you'll be able to get some great insights, some great tips, and we also get the benefit of playing on the wonderful terrain, so it's a win-win.
Yeah, looking forward to that.